Another crossover that got a little heated, a little out of control. Shots were fired. Personal shots were also taken at people. She, as Jay Foreman would say. You're listening on the block 93.7 The Ticket. My name's Dave Brennan. He's the Husker Hall of Famer. 9-year NBA vet Eric Strickland. Rico and Nick are staring us down. They're staring daggers at us because I think they're still unhappy about the conversation. Shots were definitely being taken. But you know what? That's what makes sports so fun. And unfortunately, when Nebraska only has 3 wins, we don't really have much of a situation to talk about other than what else everyone else is doing in college football. So 402-464-5685. Starter Heyman text line on the Lincoln Hotline. I hear a little echo over there, Strick.
Yeah, I think I had a little mutage problem.
Yeah, it's all good. Again, 402-464-5685. Starter Heyman text line, Honda of Lincoln Hotline. You can also check us out on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Interact with us on all of those platforms. As always, we're brought to you by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Have you been there today, Strick?
Not today, my boy. I wanted to go, but listen, today was just one of them days. The weather was absolutely phenomenal outside.
The weather, it's a little windy, but
it's breezy, but
right.
It's 77 degrees, bro.
I know.
Listen, stay right there.
And it's
just until I don't care. Give it to me in January and February, but just November, December, you can keep it like this.
Well, unfortunately, Strick, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but it's
don't break my heart. Don't break my achy.
I don't even know what I'll head over to my handy dandy 1011 Now weather app, and I'll see what the.
Why you want to break my achy, break your heart?
I don't want to break your heart. I want you to be prepared because there's nothing worse. I'm a firm believer. I know some people don't check the weather and they just want to be surprised. I want to know exactly what the weather is going to be like and what to expect. Because there's nothing worse than going outside wearing a short sleeve. It's like, oh my gosh, it's 30 degrees outside.
I'm looking for
that's what's going to happen.
I'm looking for a winter haven.
Winter haven. What are you going to?
And I'm not talking about Florida.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about a place where I can do what you just said.
What?
And dip, and fly somewhere.
So where you going?
Like the ducks. Is it the geese? Yeah, it's not ducks, it's geese.
No,
or is it goose?
No, it's geese.
It's the geese, right?
No, that only applies for deer.
Or the deer?
Also, I'm pretty sure
deer where you just say the same thing, right?
No, it's deer, and I think there's another one. It's buffalo. It's not buffaloes.
The
buffalo.
So they can't be called the Colorado Buffaloes then. They need to stop doing that. They need to call the Colorado Buffalo.
No, I'm pretty sure they are called the Colorado Buffalo.
Buffaloes.
No, I'm pretty sure they're the Bisons.
No, get out of here.
Am I wrong?
You're wrong. Colorado Buffaloes.
No, they have the buffalo.
Yeah, but his name is Bevo, isn't it? No, Bevo's Texas. I don't know what's going on.
No, Bevo. Oh, you're right. They are the Buffaloes. I'm entirely wrong.
That's what I'm saying.
What am I thinking?
I don't know, my boy.
But they run a bison on the field. That's what I'm thinking of. They're not allowed to because a bison is smaller. You can't run a buffalo on the field.
Too big.
It's too big.
Can you run a steer?
Someone. I don't know what a steer is.
A steer is like a Texas Longhorn.
Well, they do run them on the field.
Well, then that's
I don't think they run them on the field. I'm pretty sure they just let them on the field.
See?
Yeah, Rico's saying. No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
You know who's one of the greatest mascots ever?
Ralphie. That's what it is. It's Ralphie, but it's not a buffalo. It's a bison.
It's a bison. Okay. But you know who the greatest mascot ever is? What is the Bulldog's name for Georgia? He just sits there. Ugga?
Yes. Also, it is a buffalo. It's a female buffalo, though. They're smaller.
Well, I thought it's a bison.
No.
No, I know that, but I thought, well, technically,
it's a
female buffalo.
Yeah, yes. Correct him.
Because the females are smaller.
But the males, they can't let on the field.
No, they don't have any males because they're too large and too aggressive.
Ralphie's a female.
Yep.
Really? So why is it?
Always has been.
Yeah, I know.
That's a gender neutral thing. That's the way they're going these days, I guess.
Yep. So it's female.
Ralphie's a female.
They run because I remember Rico showed me for the first time.
Yeah, it was awesome. They run her on the field. They run her one end zone to the other, run her right into a trailer, and then they take her away.
Do you guys remember when the Booner Sooner, the Sooner fell over? The
Sooner Schooner?
Yeah, it fell over.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
They turned. That was hilarious.
We can say that because nobody got hurt.
Yeah,
that was hilarious. Well, no, the best mascot. Do you guys know Cornell's mascot?
No,
it's Keggy the Keg.
A keg?
It's a guy that dresses up as a keg.
Oh God!
Yeah, no, I'm serious.
So do you remember when Nebraska played
Keggy
Fordham?
The Keg.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Remember when Nebraska played Fordham, the Rams?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We looked into their mascot situation. They used to have a ram, but every time they get a mascot, it gets killed.
Oh my God! What do you mean it gets killed?
The first mascot they had, a rival school took it and killed it. And I think the last one that they had,
that's so nasty.
The last one that they had, I think it got hit by something or something or
my
another.
God.
Dang,
So they
that's
haven't
bad
had a
luck.
mascot
That
for a
ain't
while,
right.
but yeah, every time they had one, it got killed.
That's
This
bad
is
luck.
this is what Craig says. Male buffalo would kill everyone.
Yeah,
Are
they're
they
massive.
that aggressive?
They're massive and not happy.
Why are they?
Because they're horny.
That's not.
That is why.
That's
No, if you listen to the movie, when they said, I think that was Sutter Heyman text line 402-464-5685. No, listen. On the movie, he was teaching them a lesson. No, it was on Colors. You got to go watch Colors back in the day. He told him, he said, listen, what do you want to be? Do you want to be the buffalo and you want to go down there and you just say you want to hump one of the buffalo?
This is
Or
from an
you-
actual movie.
Yes. Or he says
Is it
you
an
want to go down
educational
there
movie or
and
is it a
hump 'em all.
movie?
Is this like
Is
Discovery
this a
Channel?
documentary or is this just a movie?
It's a movie.
It's not Discovery Channel.
Strick, what is your problem?
I'm an OC today. I'm out of control.
I know.
I'm out of
I know.
It's hump day, baby. That's
I know
why.
it is.
that's
That's why you're
why.
talking about it.
Yeah, it's hump day.
Well,
Okay,
Texter
all right.
says, put y'all in a cage, see how you like it. But that's the thing is the female buffalo isn't that angry.
No.
It runs on the field.
She's good.
Okay. Well, hey.
I mean, Bevo's pretty chill, except for the one time when Texas and Georgia played in the whatever bowl.
And he tried to fight the bulldog.
Bevo tried to take out Uga with his horn.
Yeah.
Bevo don't like that.
Bevo would have lost that fight.
Also, doesn't LSU have a real tiger?
Yeah, Mike the Tiger.
There you go.
You got to watch out. You saw what happened with the Tigers out in Vegas.
Yep.
Hey,
Mike the
that's
Tiger,
why-
you can go visit him
Be
right now. He's in
careful.
his little cage
But
down there.
no, but you know how they have like a fake and then a real? That's why Keggy the Keg is so great. You want like a real version of him, you just get a keg.
Bring it down there.
There you go.
Everybody just
That's-
Go to
see?
Tipsy
That's what I'm
Tina's.
saying.
Georgia Southern
tipsy.
had Georgia Southern had an
Exactly.
eagle.
No, that's true. Don't they
Did you
let
notice
them
that?
fly too?
why is it that Auburn is the Tigers with no tiger,
And they
but
say
they have
war
a war
eagle?
eagle? I'm from there, so I
And they have like a golden eagle that
Also,
flies.
Alabama, why are they an elephant?
yeah.
Great question. Roll Tide.
That's unbelievable. This is crazy.
Mascots are weird.
We got to get to Brian Munson. We got to get out of here.
Tennessee's the
No, it's not
Volunteers,
Brian Munson,
and they
it's
have
Evan
like
Blake.
a
Evan
border
Blake.
collie.
We got Evan Blake today.
Who?
Tennessee. They're the Volunteers. They have like
They
a
got the
border
long
collie.
hair, the
Yeah,
floppy
Texas
ear-
A&M's the same thing.
Craig says UC Santa Cruz has a fighting slug. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, they're the banana
No,
slugs.
see, this is right. Kip Cruz says bison is the proper name for a buffalo.
Okay,
I'm
so it's
no,
the
I
same
think-
thing.
But I was wrong. But actually, controversy is a giraffe, the plural version. In the zoo industry, they say giraffes, but like out in the safari, out in the wild, it's giraffe. Controversy.
Like a moose. Or multiple
no,
moose.
I'm pretty sure moose is
I
just
think moose is meese.
Yeah, giraffe. No, giraffe. The plural of giraffe is giraffe. There's a lot of giraffe.
No, it's like deer. No, but that's controversy. You can also say giraffes.
Would you say mooses?
No, but it's not. I'm
I say
telling
you say
it's controversy.
You are out of control.
We gotta take a break. I don't know what that just was.
We don't have no clue.
We gotta
what
get
that
Evan
was.
Bland on. He's coming up next. 93.7 The Ticket. You'll listen on the block.
Hey guys, this is Lindsay Teal from Nebraska Golf Team. Imagine golfing the best courses in the world. St. Andrews, Pebble Beach, Southern Hills, the best of the best. You can play those courses and more without ever leaving the city of Lincoln at Double Eagle Golf. Double Eagle has the city's best golf simulators, 5 high-quality bays that track ball speed, launch angle, club speed, spin rate, and more to give you the most accurate gameplay. Check it out for yourself year-round. Double Eagle Golf, just 5 minutes from downtown at the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
You want to join a team of industry leaders, a team where you can learn and grow, a team that treats you right. Well, don't hesitate to look at all the great career opportunities at Acres Equipment, the largest John Deere dealer network in Nebraska. We offer industry-leading wages, state-of-the-art benefits, and a great culture that focuses on both our customers and our employees. Find your next career opportunity at acres.com/careers.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats take care of those problems. Dane has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. He can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, they're always a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batsterats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Another warm and windy day as we'll see south winds gusting 35 to 40. An afternoon high of 74. Very late tonight, a cold front moving through will bring a chance of showers and thunderstorms. We'll see a low of 45, a high of 51 tomorrow, but temperatures falling during the day. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Trendy or traditional, Gary Michaels Clothiers specializes in men's tailored clothing. Off the rack or custom made to measure, there is simply no better shopping experience. Offering designer furnishings, sportswear, shoes, outerwear, and accessories for a man always concerned at looking his best. With world-class tailoring and personal service, all makes Gary Michaels Clothiers Nebraska's premier store for men. Come visit us now at Village Gardens, south of 56th and Pine Lake Road in Lincoln.
A good game with good friends. But isn't it time to up the score when it comes to the food? Wings and Rings is here for every football fan. Catch the game on one of their big screens or snag a tail great pack to go. They're cranking up the heat and throwing in mad flavor this season. Stop by your locally owned Wings and Rings on O Street, Meridian Park, or 48th and Old Cheney in Williamsburg Village, or grab some crave-worthy Wings and Rings to go. Make them your go-to destination to watch your team bring home the win. Wings and Rings. Game time just got better. Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
November 14th through the 18th is American Education Week. I'm Jenny Benson, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. American Education Week was first celebrated in 1921. The goal was to create awareness about the need for education and to garner support to fund our public schools. I want to thank all Nebraskans for supporting your local public schools. Together, we are helping students achieve and succeed.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Life-changing research doesn't just take place in outer space. It's also happening right here in Nebraska, and you could play a key role. Solarion, one of the world's leading clinical research organizations, needs healthy adults who are 19 years old and older for a research opportunity. If you qualify, you could earn up to $500 a day for time and travel. Overnight stays may be required. To learn more, call Solarion at 866-213-2965 or visit helpresearch.com/500.
I grew up hearing that women are bad with money, but like many of you, I spent years paying bills, managing checking accounts, and taking care of my family. So turns out women are pretty good with money after all. And now I'm taking control of my financial future by saving for retirement. It's never too late to start, and there's a great website to help you. Check out WeSaySaveIt.org and jumpstart your retirement savings on your budget and your timeline. That's WeSaySaveIt.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Back to On the Block with Strick and Nate on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
No, Bill and Bennett, we are not taking any extracurriculars. It's just one of those days. It's been a long couple days, and it's hump day, and things are getting a little crazy over here in studio. To be honest with you, I'm not entirely sure what's going on anymore, but that's the beauty of radio. We appreciate every single one of you joining us today. You're listening on the block 93.7 The Ticket. My name's Nate Brennan. He's the Husker Hall of Famer, 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland. 402-464-5685. Starter Heyman text line, Honda Lincoln hotline. No matter how crazy it is, you know what? If you've got a question for us, if there's something you just want to say, let's all be nice. Let's all be civil here. But go ahead. Give us a text. Give us a call. 402-464-5685. You can also check us out on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. We're going to bring him in. Evan Bland, Omaha World Herald, as we do every single Wednesday. And the first question I got for you, Evan, best mascot in college sports.
Wow. Best mascot in college sports. I can think of a lot of bad ones, like the Stanford tree. I mean, what is that?
Oh, that one's a good one.
I don't know. I like to get away from sort of the standards. Anything that's Wildcats or Eagles or Tigers, like that's just sort of been done. So boy, I don't know. Again, like anything off of that, like the UFC Knights or UCF Knights. I mean, that's pretty cool. Boy.
We it's hard to break out,
right? Like there just aren't a lot of ones that sort of stand out one way or the other. Yeah, give me the Knights. You don't see a lot of those out there, and I'm a Southeast guy, so we'll go with that.
Well, Evan, I was telling these guys earlier, I'm a big fan of Cornell's mascot, Keggy the Keg. So that's what I would have to say is probably my favorite one. But
I thought the Black Bears was unique. I haven't seen one.
I haven't seen anyone like anything like that too. That is unique.
That was a different one.
I like to stray away from the animals, do something a little bit out of the ordinary. That's beside the point. Evan Bland, Omaha World Herald, joining us right now. The Chanticleers, that's a good one, Texter. I like that one.
Texter, I like that one.
Yeah. Evan, the first thing I got to ask you, obviously,
I like the Cavaliers.
All right, that's all right. That's
you see that?
No,
that's
where we draw the line. I've avoided saying anything about the Hokies because they actually have the coolest mascot. And you know what? Damn it! Now I'm going to say it. Virginia Tech Hokies have the coolest mascot because no one knows what Hokie is. Evan Bland, Omaha World Herald, joining us right now. Evan, first question I got for you. Obviously, Nebraska jumps into this one as heavy underdogs. What are you hearing about the quarterback situation, and how do you evaluate how it was handled last week?
Well, I mean, it's sort of the same situation this week that we had last week, where the coaches were not willing to rule out Casey Thompson at this point, at least not publicly, and maybe some of that's gamesmanship and that sort of thing. But we have more of that today. Like I kind of thought maybe there would be some closure today on the situation when Mickey Joseph said yesterday that, hey, if Casey doesn't practice today, then he's probably not going to be a go for Michigan. But Mark Whipple didn't really want to quite be that definitive about it. He said, he's out there. He didn't really throw a lot, but we'll see how it goes. And so, I think reading between the lines, it seems like a pretty long shot that you'd see Casey Thompson out there as he works back from that nerve damage in his elbow, and as Mickey said on Tuesday, what he's going through, it's not like a pain thing or a pain tolerance or even necessarily a risk of re-injury, but what it is when you don't have feeling in your pinky and ring finger, especially, you just can't grip the ball that well. And I've talked to some people that like medical people who know about things like this, and they say typically you recover like a millimeter a day from this injury. So it's sort of a slow healing thing. And so you wonder if, he hasn't been ruled out for the season. So to me, I think it might make sense if you're Nebraska to look at these last two games with Wisconsin and Iowa as sort of that target return date for Casey Thompson, where, a win over either of those programs would mean a lot considering how long it's been since the Huskers have beaten either one of them. So I don't see Thompson being the guy this weekend. And if it's not, then it's sort of the same conversation that we've had. Do you go with the guy who was the handpicked transfer edition of Mark Whipple in the offseason and Chubba Purdy, or do you give Logan Smothers a chance, who's been in the system here at Nebraska longer, who, they feel like is a better runner? Personally, the throws that Smothers made against Minnesota I saw were more, on the mark. And we're not just talking accuracy, but if you go back and look at like that throw he made to Marcus Washington on the sideline, and then another completion over the middle, like he made those were like anticipation throws where the receiver was coming out of his break at that point with the ball in the air. So I think the coaches have said they need to see more from Smothers during the week. It sounds like they have this week. And so you wonder if, against an opponent like Michigan, where it would behoove you to shorten the game and to chew up some clock, if maybe this isn't the week that Smothers would get a little bit more of a look than he has.
Evan Bland, Omaha World Herald, joining us right now. Evan, how do you evaluate the coaching situation right now? Because you can go on any message board under the sun, and they'll blame a different person, a different player for what's happening here at Nebraska. I know at first we were all very high on Mickey Joseph, a lot of the fan base. That might have changed a little bit after this past week. Do you think Mickey Joseph is still at the top of the list? And how much of last week's woes are you pinning on Mickey Joseph?
Well, I don't know about the top of the list. I think he's definitely still a candidate. Right. Even with the losses that they've had. Now, we talk about the quarterback situation. To me, that's a tough one because if you're Mickey Joseph and you feel like Logan Smothers is the guy, then you need to, pull rank and kind of say, this is how we're going to do it. If you're Mickey Joseph and you feel like you need to run the ball more because it gives Nebraska the best chance to win when it's overmatched, then you need to be sure that that's what happens. And so, there are a lot of things about the situation that Mickey inherited that really aren't on him, whether you're talking about roster depth or, the coaching staff that he has, but there are things as a head coach that you can do, that you can adjust in game with personnel, with strategy, things like that. And you wonder, given what we saw against Minnesota, if he either did everything that he felt like he needed to do, or not. And so I think that's maybe something that can give you a little bit of pause. And maybe it's just one of those things that's just a reminder that, again, he hasn't been a head coach at this level of football before, when there are so many egos and the stakes are so high and things like that. So, it'll be interesting. He talked this week again about having that conversation with Mark Whipple about needing to slow the game down, and didn't really want to get into the specifics of it. And then you heard Mark Whipple today at the presser kind of say, I guess sort of tongue in cheek, hey, let's, have Mickey focus a little bit more on the defensive side of the ball. So I think there's a little bit of a friction there, maybe a creative difference of opinion, if you will. And I do think how Mickey Joseph handles that is a fair sort of barometer or a fair piece of evidence that you can put when you're talking about evaluating him for the head job as a permanent coach moving forward.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get into that. I don't want to waste the time on digging in a little bit more of that because I think there's some nuance on that one.
Yeah.
But we'll probably touch on a little bit more of that. Listen, Evan, I got a question. Let's just shift over to basketball now. Obviously, the Huskers got off to a strong start. I loved the adversity that they endured, and it's a good test early for a young team, especially with three newcomers coming with Juwan Gary, with Griesel, and also with Vandermill. So with that in mind, they didn't shoot the ball very well again, 32% from the three, cold, hot spells, some bad shots. But at the end of the day, they ended up still over 30%. Do you think that that's a continuation, or do you like the change that they made as far as being more aggressive once the shots weren't falling and, they started to attack the basket a little bit more? Do you expect to see more of that?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we heard for months that Nebraska was going to make that shift in identity from sort of this beautiful basketball, we're going to rain threes, sort of set up to a little bit more of winning ugly and being defensive and, being okay with that. And I think we saw that in the opener. I mean, the fact that Nebraska and the talk from that game is, boy, that was closer than they thought, is a whole heck of a lot better than losing to Western Illinois last year or losing to Southern a couple of years ago in your opener. And it just kills your momentum from that point on. So when you just look at, the last couple of years and how those seasons have started, non-conference wins are not a guarantee. They're not a given. And so, struggles or whatever you had in that opener, just the fact that they were able to win that game with the new players that you mentioned, with the new identity that they're working through, to me, that's what you have to do. And that's going to be the blueprint for this team. Like if they had won by hitting a bunch of threes and then sort of winning in a shootout, I don't know that style is sustainable for Nebraska once the opponents get tougher and you get into league play. But again, if you can show that, hey, you're going to have those droughts. Nebraska's had those droughts forever, it seems like, on offense, but you can still find a way to clamp down and get some turnovers and sort of exert your will in different ways. I think that's the most encouraging thing. So, yeah, I mean, sure, you want to see Nebraska win by 20 or 25 and be dominant, but the fact that they encountered some adversity, were able to overcome that in a way that is sustainable moving forward, I think was the most encouraging thing.
Absolutely. Omaha comes in here, good friend of mine, Chris Crutchfield, leading that charge, another friend of mine coaching there as well, and Kenyon Crandall. They gave Kansas a little run. They didn't just lay in. They didn't go down there and just lay down. They gave them a little run. So they'll be coming in here. What are some of the things you expect from that game coming up on tomorrow?
Well, yeah, we don't see those teams match up a ton. I think it's a cool thing for the state for them to play. I mean, you look around the transfer portal every year now, and it seems like players from that level are showing that they can play, at a higher level too. So, I think Nebraska has maybe more of the talent. They're a little bit more established, certainly, than UNO, which is starting over, with a new coach, like you mentioned. But I think they're two fairly well-coached teams, two teams that sort of have an idea of what they want to do to win. Nebraska kind of showed it in the opener. UNO, from my understanding, is they feel like they can be a higher scoring team. They have the athletes to do that. So I think that'll be a challenge for both teams. Can UNO, hold its own against a Big Ten type team that wants to play defensively? And can Nebraska hold down a team that wants to sort of move the ball and score at a quicker pace? So, I think it's going to be a fun early test and early sort of, litmus test to see what both of these teams are made of here in November.
Evan Bland, Omaha World Herald, join us. Evan, real quick before we go, I know you're the Swiss Army knife over there, so I got to ask you some baseball. I saw that Nebraska released they're going to be playing Creighton up here pretty soon. The full schedule hasn't been released. When are you expecting that to come out?
So I'm having a kind of a little baseball recap coming out a little later today. It's signing day for those guys too. Yeah. The holdup on the schedule, so in Big Ten play, you always have like a weekend where because there are 13 baseball teams in the league, there's always a weekend where somebody doesn't play a conference game. And so the weekend that Nebraska has that, it's in early April. They had a team back out, and so they're trying to fill that spot, and that's why they haven't released that to this point. But the schedule as a whole, I think it'll be interesting to note. They're going to Minneapolis in early March for this. It's sort of an unofficial Big Ten SEC challenge, and so the real crown jewel for Nebraska this early next season, and the one that's really going to give it a chance to boost its postseason resume early, it's going to be in Minneapolis. It's going to play Ole Miss, which just won the College World Series last summer, and Vanderbilt, which is always seemingly in Omaha every year too. Right. So those are a couple major games that have sort of leaked out elsewhere nationally that Nebraska will be at. But from what I've heard of the schedule, I think it's going to be another competitive one where you sort of have to walk that line between scheduling too easy and you're not prepared for sort of the grind of the end of the season versus too hard, where you can really kill your confidence and fall behind and not be able to recover. So it seems like they've been able to walk that line, but those games in Minneapolis that I mentioned, I think are going to be the highlights for sure early in the year.
Evan, you are truthfully the Swiss Army knife at the Omaha World Herald. Great stuff from you and the rest of your crew. If people want to get more great content, how can they do so?
Same as always, omaha.com. Pick up a paper, the World Herald, at Evan Bland, OWH. It's signing day today. There's a lot of high school and college stuff going on, basketball season, signing day, the end of football. It's all good. So, yeah, we hope people, read and enjoy.
Evan, we appreciate you as always. We'll talk to you next week.
Appreciate you guys. See ya.
All right, there he goes. Evan Bland. Great stuff from him, as always, bringing us some great content. I mean, we threw everything at him right there. Football, basketball, and baseball.
Mascot.
The trifecta. We threw him the mascot, too. Evan's a fan of the UCF Knights, so shout out to Evan. Great stuff from him, as always. It's now your turn to give us a call on the Honda Lincoln Hotline, 402-464-5685. Shootout with Strick coming up next. It's your chance to win $15 to Buffalo Wings and Rings. All you got to do is call, beat Strick at his own game. Shootout with Strick coming up next on the block.
Explain to me again why we're sleeping on the ground.
Because we're thramping. Thrift camping is saving us money and getting us closer to nature.
But we don't need to thramp. I just combined our home and auto insurance with our State Farm agent, so we have a rate that fits our budget.
All right. Do you think our agent can bring us an air mattress?
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krekak, at 402-474-1173.
Individual premiums and budgets will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew live from Tipsy Tina's in the Haymarket as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Brought to you by A1 Automotive, Mullen Motors, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Bauer Underground, Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group, and Ritchie Brothers.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
They might win, they might lose, but either way, you have something to say about it. Don't miss the Husker After Party postgame show immediately following every Nebraska football game. Nick Sainert and Jake Bachhoven give instant reaction, quotes from the players and coaches, and take all your phone calls with thoughts on the game. It's the Husker After Party postgame show, only on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Sponsored by Action Plumbing and Heating, Gary Michaels Clothiers, and Brent Excavating.
This is Todd Riley with American Senior Benefits. If you qualify for Medicare, then you're probably getting bombarded with information right now about different options during the annual election period. It can all be incredibly overwhelming. We're here to help. The experts at American Senior Benefits can help you navigate all of your options and make the best decision for you. You can reach out via our Facebook page, American Senior Benefits Lincoln, or call me directly at 402-413-9510. Let us help you make an informed decision at American Senior Benefits.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sure. Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Another packed fall sports season means it's time to get to N Street Drive-In to fill up on all your beverage needs. For November, they have tons of fall seasonals, and you can check out their Oscar Blues, Nebraska Brewing Company, and Broken Bat Brewing Company selections as their beers of the month. Also, make sure to download the new N Street Drive-In app to order online and to set up delivery right to your front door. And don't forget their top-notch Crowler fill system. N Street Drive-In, your one-stop beverage stop at 1801 O Street.
Vershawn Jackson for Brandt Excavating. Brandt's been in business for 29 years, and they specialize in a variety of things. If you're looking for someone to get the job done in precision demolition, excavating, trucking, mass grading, and site prep, Brandt is the place to call. To set up a quote or learn more, call Brandt Excavating at 402-474-4113 or go to BrandtExcavating.com. They're also hiring, so join the team today. Brandt Excavating, a part of the Bauer brand, who reminds you, go big Brandt.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
How was your drive to school?
Let me tell you, I had to get my iced coffee first. I just can't seem to put it down. My favorite rapper just announced a tour. My phone was buzzing like crazy. I'm so excited. I had to text all my friends right then to talk about it. Then someone started calling me and...
Let's try that again.
I turned my phone off right away. I never drive distracted.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
It's time to play Shootout with Strick. Call now, 464-5685, to take your shot against Eric Strickland. Shootout with Strick. Brought to you by Buffalo Wings and Rings.
Time to play the game!
That is correct. It's time to play the game. Your chance to win $15 to Buffalo Wings and Rings. All you got to do is beat the Husker Hall of Famer at his own game, who's actually on a winning streak. 2 in a row. Strick, you know what that means?
Yes, I do.
One more, and the champ is here. But Strick, there's someone standing in your way, making sure that you don't get a champ is here. And that would be Ryan. We're going to head to the Honda of Lincoln hotline where we've got him. Ryan, what's going on today?
Not a whole lot.
How you feeling? You feeling good? Are you ready to take down Strick?
Feeling good. I'm undefeated against him. So
I love it. That was what he said yesterday.
Hey, you got to beat the best to be the best, Strick. You know what they say. All right, Ryan, you know how this works. You got to stay on the line. We got to get Strick's answers first. See how many points you got to get in order to win the chicken. Strick, this is a lot of pressure. This is a lot of pressure on you. Also against a team that you haven't beat. Was there a team in the NBA that you never beat?
Oh no, everybody got it.
So you beat
everybody, to include the Jordan 72-10 Bulls.
You beat them?
Split.
This is one of those losses?
They got one L from Stricky.
All right.
And the Mavs.
All right. Well, we're calling. That's actually pretty impressive. That's awesome. All right. So Ryan will be the 72-10 Bulls, arguably the greatest team ever assembled. And Strick, you will be your Mavericks.
Let's go.
Back against the wall. This is for all the marbles. All right, Strick, are you ready?
All right.
All right. We will start in 3, 2, and 1. This ACC school drops all the way down to 10 after a loss. Clemson or Wake Forest?
Clemson.
That's correct. This Pac-12 school rounds out the top 6. USC or Oregon?
Oregon.
That's correct. This Pac-12 school is the last in the ranking at 25. Oregon State or Washington?
Washington.
That's correct. They fall 5 spots after their second loss of the season. Kansas State or Illinois?
Illinois.
That's correct. And they regain the top spot in the rankings.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Georgia.
3, 2, 1.
Strick, you brought your A game. Were you looking at the Google machine today?
I take care of business.
A couple times you were thinking there for a second.
I had to think about it,
You were. That I will say that's pretty impressive because I had a couple tough ones on there. I thought I was going to stump you on Oregon State, and I thought I was going to stump you on the 5 spots. Kansas State.
You better throw
Illinois.
a couple stumpers for Ryan too, dog.
I know I got some stumpers. I'm not gonna lie, Strick. That was pretty impressive. I thought there were a couple that I were gonna get you on.
Come on, Ryan. Let's go.
That was similar to when you beat the 72-10 Bulls. Ryan, that is who you're being compared to. How do you like that?
That's pretty tough, I would say.
Well, Ryan, for what it's worth, I believe in you. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, we will start in 3, 2, and 1. They fall just outside the playoff to number 5. Tennessee or LSU?
LSU.
It's Tennessee. They jump all the way up to 20 after a big win. Florida State or Notre Dame? All the way to 20 after a big win. Notre Dame, that is correct. This SEC school is just outside the top 10 at 11. Ole Miss or Alabama?
Alabama.
It's Ole Miss. Are they the highest group of 5 school in the ranking? Tulane or UCF?
UCF.
It's Tulane. They have the last playoff spot.
4, 3, 2, 1.
TCU, Ryan. After talking the trash, Strick was playing no games today.
No games.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Oh, he got you today. Ryan, I will say.
Woo! I told you I was getting up this night.
There were some tough questions on both sides. Ryan, luckily for you, since you've dominated against Strick in the past, again, even the 72-10 Bulls had some losses. Hang up now, because the third caller number 3, will still get $15 to Buffalo Wings and Rings. So, Ryan, that means that you are not officially out of it yet. Strick, impressive showing. You were ready to play, so these you deserve.
Boom shakalaka!
Finish him. Flawless victory. Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
I will say that was I gave you guys tough ones on both sides. That was impressive showing, Strick. You want the champions here.
I wanted that.
I know you like it.
Hey, hump Wednesday.
Hump Wednesday. So I will make sure to put a note that the champ
You
is
know
here.
what to play tomorrow.
So tomorrow.
What
before
happens
we get
if
our
I go for
caller
a full week? What we gonna do?
Well, you'd get it all week, and then that'd be pretty
And then
good.
you got to play. He's on fire.
He's on fire. Oh no, I got to play that one right now. Here,
Yes.
just a second. I completely forgot. You got to tell
you
me.
be forgetting streaky
No,
stuff.
I
know it's been a while.
It's been quite a while. I will tell you that.
It's been a while.
I don't know what's been going on with you lately, but that's okay. All right, well,
Give it to me.
go. I know you like this one.
Somebody should put a straitjacket on this guy. He's on fire!
Impressive victory today for Strick. I'll give you this too as your out music because you're in such a good mood.
We gon' make it. We gon' make it.
So Strick will get the win. For what it's worth, tiebreaker Strick. CJ Stroud retakes the lead as the front runner for the Heisman. How many touchdowns has he thrown for this season? Passing touchdowns.
CJ Stroud?
CJ Stroud.
How many games?
I want to say they played 8, 9 maybe?
9 games?
8 or 9.
Stricky says 18.
Add 11 to that. 29.
Woo.
CJ Stroud's thrown for 29. He's balling.
Tossing it.
He's balling. But that'll do for Shootout with Strick. Strick back on a winning streak. The champ will be here tomorrow, but we got to get into some NBA buy or sell. Who better to ask than the 9-year NBA veteran? Stay with us. You'll listen on the block. 93.7 The Ticket.
Life-changing research doesn't just take place in outer space. It's also happening right here in Nebraska, and you could play a key role. Solarion, one of the world's leading clinical research organizations, needs healthy adults who are 19 years old and older for a research opportunity. If you qualify, you could earn up to $500 a day for time and travel. Overnight stays may be required. To learn more, call Solarion at 866-213-2965 or visit helpresearch.com/500.
Vershawn Jackson for Brandt Excavating. Brandt's been in business for 29 years, and they specialize in a variety of things. If you're looking for someone to get the job done in precision demolition, excavating, trucking, mass grading, and site prep, Brandt is the place to call. To set up a quote or learn more, call Brandt Excavating at 402-474-4113 or go to BrandtExcavating.com. They're also hiring, so join the team today. Brandt Excavating, a part of the Bauer brand, who reminds you, go big Brand.
It's tailgate season. Why would you bounce around from place to place for all your beverage needs when you could have it all in one place? Wine, Beer, and Spirits has everything for your parties with their 3 locations in Lincoln, Grand Island, and Omaha. It's the largest liquor store in the state, and here's the best part. You can get a drink from their bar and walk around with it as you shop for all your tailgate necessities. Locally owned and operated, it's Wine, Beer, and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Explain to me again why we're sleeping on the ground.
Because we're thramping, thrift camping. It's saving us money and getting us closer to nature.
But we don't need to thramp. I just combined our home and auto insurance with our State Farm agent, so we have a rate that fits our budget.
All right. Do you think our agent can bring us an air mattress?
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krekak, at 402-474-1173.
Individual premiums and budgets will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
This is Todd Riley with American Senior Benefits. If you qualify for Medicare, then you're probably getting bombarded with information right now about different options during the annual election period. It can all be incredibly overwhelming. We're here to help. The experts at American Senior Benefits can help you navigate all of your options and make the best decision for you. You can reach out via our Facebook page, American Senior Benefits Lincoln, or call me directly at 402-413-9510. Let us help you make an informed decision at American Senior Benefits.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
At Venue Catering and Events, we offer 2 of the most historic ballrooms in Lincoln. The Jasmine Room, located in the historic Grand Manse in the heart of downtown, featuring a beautiful built-in antique bar, spacious patio, and soaring skylit ceilings. The Scottish Rite Ballroom, located just 2 blocks from the state's capital, boasts intricate hand-carved columns, rich dark wood floors, and lavish chandeliers. The perfect venues to host your wedding, corporate event, or much more. For availability and more information, call us at 402-603-6483.
You had to know that when Wingstop set out to make a crispy, juicy chicken sandwich, they wouldn't make it in just one flavor. They'd make it in all 12, like lemon pepper, mango habanero, hickory smoked barbecue, and OG hot. So why have one new favorite chicken sandwich when you can have 12? Try the new sauced and tossed Wingstop chicken sandwich today for only $5.49 at Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Valid for a limited time and available at participating Wingstop locations only while supplies last. Price subject to applicable taxes and fees.
You spend a lot of time on your feet. At work, at the gym, on the golf course, it can be exhausting. Are your feet as comfortable as they could be? Brown Shoe Fit delivers all the sizes and widths that you can imagine and that most other stores can't compete with. If you're looking for a specific brand, they have it. New Balance, Brooks, Keen, Clarks, Echo, Rockport, Merrill, many more. All sizes, all widths. Stop trying to squeeze into your shoes and sacrificing comfort. Find your next pair of shoes for any endeavor at Brown's Shoe Fit, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
This message is for Shauna, my mom who just finished her high school diploma. I wanted to say I'm so proud of you for finishing school. You told me it's never too late to achieve your dreams. I hope to make you as proud as you have made me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
This is On the Block with Strick and Nate. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland.
Strickland for 3! And you're going to go out of here as the Big 8 tournament champion.
And Hokie Homer turned Husker, Nathan Brennan.
Everyone knows that I'm the smartest person here.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Brought to you by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. This is On the Block with Strick and Nate.
A very happy Wednesday, hump day to all of you. My name's Nate Brennan. He's the Husker Hall of Famer, 9-year NBA vet Eric Strickland. You're listening to On the Block, 93.7 The Ticket. Having a little fun on a Wednesday. Been an interesting show, interesting crossover to say the least. But we're getting through it, and now we're into the second hour. Me and Strick are going to be hanging around also for Old School. Jay going to step in here. DP also want to give him a shout-out. He's feeling better. We wish him all the best. He will be back on the airwaves very soon, so stay tuned for that. 402-464-5685. Honda Lincoln Hotline, Starter Heyman text line. We want to hear from you. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. All of you guys on the stream, we want to hear from you as well. You can interact with us. You can give us a shout-out. You can give us a share. You can give us a like. You can do all that good stuff on all of these platforms. We greatly appreciate all of you. As always, Strick, we are brought to you by
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul.
And they're also open today. So
Yes.
if you're getting off work right now, you're
Yes.
heading home, head over to Mary Ellen's, 27th. and
Can't
Pine
do it
Lake.
today. I think I'm going to do it tomorrow since I got to do a TV game tomorrow.
Yeah, a little pregame.
Omaha against Nebraska.
Is that
in state?
Is that here?
Right here in Lincoln.
I didn't know that. For some reason, I thought it was at UNO.
No, right here in Lincoln, my boy.
Nice. Well, good. That's a shout out.
So I'm gonna go out there to Mary Ellen's like I did. Maybe
Little
it's good
pregame.
luck.
Maybe
because
did you
I
go
did
there
that last time.
pregame?
Yes, I did.
Really interesting. That probably is good luck. So shout out to Mary Ellen. 27th at Pine Lake. Ribs,
No, I
chicken
didn't.
wings,
I'm lying.
potato salad.
I missed
Maybe
it.
it can be the new good luck charm.
I'm lying. That was Monday. They're closed on Monday.
They are closed on Monday. That's fine. They're open on the weekends though, so I'd rather them be closed on Monday than closed on the weekend. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's definitely the place to be. But
Ooh, NBA buy or sell.
we're going to go to a fan favorite on Tuesdays. We always do NFL buy or sell. On Wednesdays, we always do NBA buy or sell.
Sell
at 3 o'clock on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Definitely one of our favorite segments here on the block. So let's get it started. This one you're going to have to explain to me, Strick, because I don't know the intricacies behind this one. I also know that you actually know this guy personally.
Yeah.
My buy or sell, I'll get to it in a second, but Jacques Vaughn officially hired, moved on from the interim status, now officially hired as the Nets head coach. Tell me about him, because to be honest with you, I don't really know too much.
Jacques Vaughn is a former NBA player, played a long stint. A lot of his time he spent with San Antonio.
Oh, nice.
He played with Utah, when they were making a lot of those runs. So 97, well, actually, yeah. So he last stint was in San Antonio. That's where he kind of got onto the coaching scene because, under the Popovich tutelage, he's one of those type of guys. He's similar to Tehran. He's like just one of those guys that soaks up like a sponge. When Tehran was there in Atlanta, that's how him and Doc kept it. Yeah, they get along real good, got great rapport with coaches. He started in Utah, was a backup to Stockton before he retired and kind of was on some of those runs there. Went to Atlanta for a season, Orlando for a season, back to Atlanta, and then 2 in Jersey. That was about the time I retired in 2005, and then he spent 3 extra years down there in San Antonio. Now he's a coach. And
Ted says too, ex-Kansas Jayhawk.
Yeah, he was a Kansas Jayhawk when we were in college together. So I had to battle him a lot. I didn't really have to cover Jock because Jock was pretty much a non-shooting, very much a distributing, could score, very penetrating type of a guard. He didn't really shoot very, very much from the perimeter. So I usually had to guard Rex Walters.
But you guys played against each other.
We did. Yeah, when he was at Kansas. But now he's been a coach, and the stints of his coaching career have not been good. So this is why it was very surprising to me. Jacques Vaughn, as we're talking, and I'm going to let you ask the question, but his coaching stint has been over a 4-year span, 226 games, 65 and 161.
Ooh.
Did you hear what I said? That is a 28% win percentage. Now, I understand he's with Orlando, but those some of those Orlando teams were, okay. His best stint was with Brooklyn with a 10-game stint with 7-2 record. Right now, he's 2-2. And so what is the question?
So the question is, buy or sell? Jock Vaughn is a better hire than Ime Udoka.
So both of them have spent time in the Brooklyn system as coaches. I understand the meaning as to why they wouldn't move on Ime Udoka just because of the controversy. A lot of the stuff right now is controversial that they're dealing with the Kyrie situation.
They already
right
got
now.
a nonsense.
So to add another spectacle into that
Right,
system when you're still kind of in topsy-turvy mode, you don't got a lot that you can do and move from. Ben Simmons, you're really pretty much stuck with now at this point. You know, KD's aging, getting older. Kyrie is putting himself in a position as to, do you even know if he's going to play? Based on, there's people fighting on one half for him, and there's people that are also against him and what has transpired. So at this point, I would say I buy. He's a guy already in the system. He's a guy that's familiar to them. They already know him. Even though his track record as a coach doesn't bode well for him, I would buy this situation for right now.
Not a buy or sell, but do you think that Durant and Kyrie had any influence on this hire?
I would say probably, if anything, more Durant.
Okay.
It doesn't seem that Joseph Tsai and Kyrie, I guess when my understanding, and this is alleged, there is some reporting that has gone out that Kyrie Irving was reached, was text messages going back to him to set up meetings to discuss, to talk about this whole situation, and he ignored them. So whether that's anything to do with it, I don't think that the rapport there is good enough for him to be able to make a decision. So I would venture to say probably more Kyrie. I don't think Ben Simmons carries much weight right now.
No, I think that's certainly not the case, but that'll lead right into my next buy or sell. So the Nets now have a new head coach, and they are currently out of the playoff picture. So buy or sell, Strick, the Nets will trade away one of their big three before the trade deadline.
I don't think it can happen. I don't think right now. I think they're going to say that Kyrie's too toxic. They're definitely not going to give. I don't personally think that. I just think that, the young man is expressing himself in his own way right now. Maybe it's a detriment to the NBA and to the, to the Jerry West symbol, but nonetheless, it's something that a team probably doesn't want to take on. And where would you send him? Right now, a lot of speculation, people are talking about that would be with the Lakers, because there was some talk that LeBron maybe wanted to play with Kyrie again.
Yeah.
But LeBron has been a huge advocate against him in this whole situation.
Right.
So I don't see that would be something that would happen. So I would sell that would be something at this particular time. Simmons is stuck. You're stuck with him.
I don't think anyone wants him.
No one would touch him right now. He's like coronavirus, and you don't want to. you don't want that.
All costs.
You don't want that at any cost. That's the way people are feeling, I think, about Ben Simmons right now.
Well, we mentioned the Nets at 4-7. I'm also going to sell. I have a couple Lakers ones for you, and it's going to be the same question for the Lakers, who now find themselves at 2-8. So buy or sell. The Lakers will trade away one of their big three before the trade deadline.
I think if that's going to happen, the only one that they could do that with is going to be Anthony Davis. If you do that,
someone would take him.
Someone would take Anthony. I think Anthony Davis, he's playing good ball right now, actually. Not, you just got to worry about the injury situations with him. So Anthony Davis, potentially, I know that they've been going back and forth and kind of looking at Indiana, trying to acquire Miles Turner.
Miles Turner, did you just see he dropped 36?
Yeah, they just like that young and aggressiveness, and still got young legs, can stretch the floor. He's got great upside. So just a change of venue sometimes is what's needed in those situations. It could be something that could spark them a little bit. They still need shooting. So
I think
unless you're going to get Buddy Hield
back
as a shooter, then I don't know if you pull that.
But you
I just
have
know
to give up a first if you do
exactly.
that.
Indiana's going to want something more than what just a straight trade for an Anthony Davis and Miles and Buddy Hield. So yeah, they're going to want more.
They're going to want something in that trade.
So I sell,
which is just crazy. So let's stay with the Lakers. Buy or sell. And I want to preface this by saying when I say a legitimate shot, I mean bottom 5 team in the NBA, because that's usually how I interpret in the lottery situation. Normally, that's a team that gets the number 1 overall pick is a bottom 5 team in the NBA. So the Lakers right now finding themselves with the second to worst record in the NBA, only behind Houston, who's 2-9. The Lakers are 2-8. They both have the same amount of wins.
Houston's been at that spot for like
which
the last
is
4
crazy.
years
Well,
with
Houston's
Orlando.
terrible, and Orlando's at 2-9 as well. So the Lakers, the only reason they're given the benefit of the doubt is because they don't have another loss, but they are still tied with only 2 wins. So when I say bottom 5 record in the NBA, buy or sell, the Lakers have a legitimate shot at Victor. What is it? Wembanyama?
Yeah, Victor Wembanyama.
Legitimate shot, buy or sell.
I'm selling because they don't have a draft pick.
Do they not?
They do not have a draft pick. They only have second round. So
who has that first round pick?
They well, all of that happened with when they did all the stuff that they did to acquire.
Houston?
To acquire, I'll have to look it up.
Text line, help us out. 402-464-5685.
Yeah,
whoever has the Lakers
with the rest
pick,
yes, with all the Westbrook stuff, they gave up a lot.
Would it be Houston or would it be
OKC?
OKC?
I don't even.
If it's Houston,
I think it's
they
OKC.
might have.
I don't know. It could be a 3-way that they did. I just can't. I can't say for sure.
If it's Houston, you could have a chance. Now, I don't know if this has ever happened. Has a team ever had 2 picks in the top 3? Because if it's Houston, they're going to have the worst record in the NBA.
I don't know, and it's sad. It just seems to me that Houston have missed on a lot of the opportunities. I mean, I was
Harden
really
and Chris Paul left. They just got absolutely blown up.
I wasn't high on Green anyway.
No,
I really wasn't. I knew he was just an athletic freak. It just seemed, to have schism in his game. He didn't seem to be real tight to me.
Should take Benedict Mathurin because he looks like a beast.
Man, there was just they just seem to be a big misses right now. But anyway,
I tell you who's not a miss is Paolo Banchero. That dude's going to win Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, Paolo's balling,
flying.
He's
away.
balling,
I mean,
and right, who's merging for them is and starting to play a little bit is Jalen Suggs. I thought he was going to be a bust to me, but he's actually looking better. Cole Anthony better watch out. Jalen Suggs is starting to play. He can defend. He's a very good defender, and he's starting to up his offensive game.
I tell you what, if Victor somehow ends up with the Magic, they could really have something over.
They could have something with him and Paolo, the skill set that both of them possess.
I still think it might be.
They could become better defensively, which they really need. They really need a totality of defense, and they just don't have it right now.
That'll be really interesting to watch, because I think the Magic have something cooking, but they're just a terribly run franchise. So
they'll find a way to
Which is
the only one that
sad.
they didn't screw up is the run that they made when they acquired Penny and Shaq. That was the last time that you saw
Penny got
anything,
hurt,
and then it just kind of was a downfall. They looked like they were going to be promising for a long time.
They did,
but it just ended up falling short. Shaq finally sold his house. It's
really?
been so long. Yeah, I think he sold it last year, but yeah, he had a house right on the lake and there in Windermere. Yeah, so finally got it sold. It's tough.
I didn't know that.
It's tough when you have a house like Michael Jordan's house took, I want to say, almost 15, 20 years to sell. It's tough because when you do your house so much in your own image, right? You've got to have somebody that actually just loves the heck out of you and wants everything that you put in it. Who's going to want Superman stuff and Diesel
and then you have a
23
basketball
Air
court
Jordan.
in it. Yeah.
Sometimes you got to just have somebody that specifically wants what you have and you want
like a
it.
bowling
But it's
alley
tough.
in there too.
They got
everything.
everything.
Yeah, everything in the house.
Everything in there.
I mean,
pretty much you go to a point where you just don't leave. It's your own campus. You just stay at home. If you want to go bowl. Could you imagine Michael Jordan going to a bowling alley? No. You have it at home.
Hey, you just go at home, invite some friends over, do some gambling, smoke some cigars. All right. Buy or sell. This is one that I've already called the 76ers. I've called the process a failure. A lot of people will disagree with me on that, but the 76ers now sitting at 5-6. They would be the last team in the play-in. And interestingly enough, they'd be playing my Indiana Pacers, who have been trying to tank, but they got some great young pieces over there in Indy. Buy or sell. The 76ers will miss the playoffs, as in they're going to have to play in the play-in tournament, because I don't think they'll go outside the top 10, but they'll miss the playoffs in the sense they'll have to play in the play-in.
Here's what's scary about them right now. Well, let me just say this. Let me caveat it.
Trust the process is dead, if you ask me. It was a failure.
Yeah. Let me just say this. one of the things that we're seeing in the NBA to start the season right now is extreme parity. Meaning there's become more balance than I've seen in a long time.
I'd agree.
Yeah, you have your top tiers, which you've got to have because there's going to be teams that
that's just the reality.
That's the reality of the game. But when you get to those mid tiers, everybody is really on par. Will that last? We'll see. But when you look at some surprises, here's some surprises. Cleveland's blowing people's minds right now.
Cleveland's legit.
I think they're legit, and I'm going to buy that. I'm going to buy because the pickup, as I've said, of Donovan Mitchell, and if Garland can just figure out how to get out of his own way and let Donovan be who Donovan is,
right,
and you come in and be a good Batman, be a good Robin to Batman, you guys are going to be quite successful because they can play great defense. They're surprising. Atlanta is surprising me, but I figured that. I was just trying to see how just DeJounte Murray and Trey were going to cohabitate.
It seems like
it's working right now. They're surprised. The Heat is a negative surprise, being that they pulled everything back. They kept Hero. People were thinking that they were going to move away from him. They've got Duncan Robinson situations. They've got some problems that are now starting to kind of culminate on them.
They're still dealing with that finals appearance, which I think really put a lot too much faith into their roster.
Exactly. Another surprise on the East side, I thought Detroit would be better. I thought they brought a nice, good core of young talent that would hopefully start to emerge.
And Ivy's looked good.
Yeah, but they're just not able to put it together. Those are the surprises.
Give my Pacers some love. 5-5.
I'm not rolling with them right now.
They had the worst. Vegas gave them the worst over/under for win total on the season. They said they were going to be the worst team in the NBA.
I love the Pacers because I played there, but
that's right.
That's just not one of my surprises right now.
All right.
Here's the other surprise: Western Conference now. Utah Jazz were an expected tank, and they've got all of the freaking weapons. They've got all the bullets in the gun. They've got draft pick. They can do whatever they want. They can trade. They can move. They can get down. They can move. There's all.
They got rid of everyone.
They got rid of everything and everyone, and all the heavy weight of the money situation. They've got capital and they've got draft capital. They've got the whole shebang, and they're 9-3. And surprising, Jordan Clarkson and that whole crew. Listen, shout out to them and what they did and the way that they did it. Phoenix is not the other surprise. Kudos to Chauncey Billups. I know we got to take a break, but kudos to Chauncey Billups, the way that he's got the point, because to be able to keep Dame Lillard after you haven't been able to really put around him what you would expect to have them getting off to the start that they've got, kudos to them. Nothing else in the top surprises me. On the negative side of the surprise is obviously Golden State.
Do you throw Philly into that conversation too?
Well, I've already did on the East Coast.
As a bad.
Yes, and I'm selling. I think they're out. I don't think they make it. Golden State and the Lakers, obviously, those are the two on the negative
what
side.
What the hell is that about? The thing is, too, I know it's a long season, but you've already played 10 games.
Yes.
And
you're getting a good sample size.
It's an uphill climb, too. It's from here on out, it's going to be an uphill climb because
the
Warriors always start out hot.
The only change that you can make is you've got to kind of stay just in the relevancy of things. Get to the All-Star break. See if you can make an adjustment or a move, and then get past that and see what you can do and how you can make a run or a push towards the end of the season.
They're going to have to. As we go to break here, Strick, the last one that I'm going to ask you, the Bucks. Ooh, that was a little bit loud. Coming in hot. It's our new song.
Coming in hot. We got to put that in there.
We should. All right, last one I got for you. The Bucks will go to the finals.
I'm buying. I just think right now there is no one that can do anything with Giannis.
No.
They're playing absolutely great ball together. They kept their core intact. They haven't had to do
Middleton's not even playing yet.
Wait until he comes back. Middleton's really their guy. But see, I love how Giannis takes it, but then Drew Holiday is another guy that it's now saying, you know what, I've got to be able to assert myself when Middleton's not around.
I'm going to give you one. You know who I think wins the Eastern Conference? Cleveland.
Possible.
Could happen. I love the underdog story. We got to take a quick break. Nebraska football.
Will LeBron be sick about it?
Yes.
Very
Absolutely.
much so.
Nebraska football, coaches sit in the press conference. We'll talk about it next on the block.
You had to know that when Wingstop set out to make a crispy, juicy chicken sandwich, they wouldn't make it in just one flavor. They'd make it in all 12, like lemon pepper, mango habanero, hickory smoked barbecue, and OG hot. So why have one new favorite chicken sandwich when you can have 12? Try the new sauced and tossed Wingstop chicken sandwich today for only $5.49 at Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Valid for a limited time and available at participating Wingstop locations only while supplies last. Price subject to applicable taxes and fees.
They might win, they might lose. But either way, you have something to say about it. Don't miss the Husker After Party postgame show immediately following every Nebraska football game. Nick Sainert and Jake Bachhoven give instant reaction, quotes from the players and coaches, and take all your phone calls with thoughts on the game. It's the Husker After Party postgame show, only on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Sponsored by Action Plumbing and Heating, Gary Michaels Clothiers, and Brent Excavate.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
This is Todd Riley with American Senior Benefits. If you qualify for Medicare, then you're probably getting bombarded with information right now about different options during the annual election period. It can all be incredibly overwhelming. We're here to help. The experts at American Senior Benefits can help you navigate all of your options and make the best decision for you. You can reach out via our Facebook page, American Senior Benefits Lincoln, or call me directly at 402-413-9510. Let us help you make an informed decision at American Senior Benefits.
This is Lindsay Teal from the Nebraska golf team. If you're looking for a Christmas gift for the avid golfer in your life, don't give them something they can't even use until spring. Get them the gift of indoor golf from Double Eagle Golf. Grab a gift card for a stocking stuffer, or give the gift of a membership and let them golf all year long. Their space is also perfect for Christmas parties, corporate events, birthday parties, or anything else. See for yourself. Double Eagle Golf, just 5 minutes from downtown at the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
You spend a lot of time on your feet. At work, at the gym, on the golf course, it can be exhausting. Are your feet as comfortable as they could be? Brown Shoe Fit delivers all the sizes and widths that you can imagine and that most other stores can't compete with. If you're looking for a specific brand, they have it. New Balance, Brooks, Keen, Clarks, Echo, Rockport, Merrill, many more. All sizes, all widths. Stop trying to squeeze into your shoes and sacrificing comfort. Find your next pair of shoes for any endeavor at Brown's Shoe Fit, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
In today's day and age, people are trying to do more and more projects by themselves. That might be better on the wallet, but it can also lead to painful sounds like this. Ow! Poor guy, trying to do wiring all by himself. Let's have another listen. It's just not worth it. Don't hurt yourself or make things worse than they are already. For any of your electric needs, call Joe at Ambition Electric today at 402-217-3415 or go to ambitionelectric.com.
Vershawn Jackson for Brent Excavate. Brent's been in business for 29 years, and they specialize in a variety of things. If you're looking for someone to get the job done in precision demolition, excavating, trucking, mass grading, and site prep, Brent is the place to call. To set up a quote or learn more, call Brent Excavating at 402-474-4113 or go to BrentExcavating.com. They're also hiring, so join the team today. Brent Excavating, a part of the Bauer brand, who reminds you, go Big Red.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Another warm and windy day as we'll see south winds gusting 35 to 40, an afternoon high of 74. Very late tonight, a cold front moving through will bring a chance of showers and thunderstorms. We'll see a low of 45, a high of 51 tomorrow, but temperatures falling during the day. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nebraska State Veterans Homes are here to serve veterans, their spouses, surviving spouses, and Gold Star parents. Join your fellow veterans and their families at one of our homes in Bellevue, Kearney, Norfolk, or Scottsbluff. With a sliding scale to determine your financial contribution, an excellent clinical team, and plenty of fun activities, our homes are the perfect retirement choice. Learn more at veterans.nebraska.gov/homes. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Get a lot of advice about self-care these days, but one of the most important self-care steps we can take is making sure we're financially secure later in life. For small steps you can take to save for retirement, visit WeSaySaveIt.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul and Gato Comedy Syndicate present Big Comedy Energy November 11th and 12th, featuring headliner Corbin LeMaster.
If you don't know, cultural appropriation is like if you're not black, you can't have cornrows. If you're not Asian, you can't use chopsticks. If you're white, you can't score a touchdown.
4 shows November 11th and 12th at 7 and 9:30 at Mary Ellen's at 27th and Pine Lake. Tickets are $15 in advance or $25 at the door. For more information, find the event on the Mary Ellen's page on Facebook.
Back to On the Block with Strick and Bach on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ooh, okay.
You guys don't even know what that is. I'm coming in. I'm hot.
Rico working his magic over there in the other
I see you,
studio.
Rico. I see you.
Rico working his magic. Strick had a request, and Rico filled that request.
See, that's what happens when you're on the block. Sometimes you go out real cool, and then you come back.
Come in hot.
That's how it is on the block.
Well, we're about to come in hot, so give us a text, give us a call, 402-464-5685. Starter Heyman text line, Honda of Lincoln hotline. And you know who else is hot, Strick? Is the coaches. Mickey Joseph and Mark Whipple had some things to say during their pressers. I'm going to run through them for you, Strick, and then I want you to think it over. Let me know what you think, because there's been a little bit of possible bad blood between the two. The quarterback situation is just getting even more heated. So this is what Mickey Joseph had to say when it comes to Logan Smothers' practices versus games. Listen in.
You're right. I think Logan's more of a gamer, but he's got to practice better, and he understands that. And Logan is really going to attack this week, trying to be a better practice player. That's his goal this week.
So that's Mickey Joseph when it comes to Logan Smothers. And then we know that a lot of the discussion's been between him and Mark Whipple, especially when it comes to the quarterback position. So this is what he had to say when he's talking about those conversations between him and Mark Whipple.
Me, the coaches, the kids not calling the plays.
Right.
We are.
So is that a conversation you have with
Absolutely.
Whipple?
We had that conversation.
How'd it go?
That's between me and Whipple.
So there have been conversations about the quarterback position, and as Mickey Joseph says, it's between him and Whipple. So they asked Mark Whipple the same conversation. They asked him the same thing. Is Logan Smothers a gamer? This is what Mark Whipple said.
We'll tell Mickey he should be at the defensive side more. He really had his best week of practice, and both those guys have had their best week this week. Chubb has been a lot more consistent throughout, but I told that to Logan. I said I had a lot of respect for you. It's not easy to maybe start a game and be third, but he stepped up during practice and he's continued that. And he's certainly been around here longer than Chubb has. But all the both those guys have gotten great support from their teammates.
So that wasn't Mark Whipple taking the quick jab at Mickey Joseph, saying maybe you should focus on the defense. So the last one I got for you, Strick, before we're going to talk about it, whose decision is it if Casey plays? Because, again, seems like there might be a little bit of clashing between the two. Here's Mark Whipple.
Kind of decisions of the doctors that talk with Mickey?
Yeah, I don't know. As I said, I don't. If somebody's hurt, I never would play a guy. And I did once when I was at UMass, and it was a mistake, where he was a little groggy, and it's like, hey, the first series, and I went like, you're not right. And he said, yeah, so and I was there when Colt McCoy got hurt on a Thursday night when Silverback James Harrison hit him, and then, he went into the game and didn't, and that's when that whole thing. But we don't ever want anybody to ever do something that'll harm. That's not, whether it's the NFL or here, I've never seen anything like that, so yeah, if they're hurt, they're hurt.
Thoughts, Strick? Sounds like, I don't want to speculate too much, but it sounds like maybe they're not on the same page. I don't know.
Little spiller. Yeah. But listen, I think that is a great assessment, right? And so that's the part of the nuance that I wanted to get into, right? A lot of us can sit here and say someone can make a decision in this whole system and the way that things have happened. One, Mickey Joseph was under Mark Whipple. You understand?
Yeah.
So
I didn't even think about it like that. Right.
That's what I'm saying. There's so much more nuance to this. Mickey Joseph was, basically getting his thing in his situation with the wide receivers right and prepared for Coach Whipple.
Right.
So now all of a sudden, in the midst of it, 3 games in, someone who was your supervisor, just think of the dynamics of what
That's
that
a good
is.
point, actually.
Someone that you're working under, instead of it you being the guy that's next, which is usually the progression. Usually it's one of the coordinators would normally take over. You get leapfrogged from the receivers coach who you were the supervisor of, basically. And now all of a sudden you're taking orders from him. And then you having kind of just situational and circumstantial feelings that this man, Whipple, then has to attest to and say, well, how do you how do you know? You know what I mean? I'm older than you. Listen, I'm not saying this is the case. I'm just saying these are dynamics that we don't think about. I'm older than you. I've been here longer than you. I've coached as a head coach. Not to say that this is happening. Please don't think that I'm saying this is what's going on. But I've coached in this position. You've leapfrogged me. And then now you're going to tell me who my quarterback is supposed to be? But it's your position to do that. So Mickey has to operate on a fine line because I still need to win games. I can't lose this guy. I need him to still. Yeah. I need Coach Whipple to still be engaged in this whole process. I don't need to. So Mickey has to walk a fine line with how he deals with Mark Whipple.
Well, here's the interesting thing, and Scott says, I thought Mickey was the assistant head coach. Mickey was the associate head coach, being above Whipple in the sense that, yes, now that he's taken over, but when he was initially hired, he's the wide receiver coach. And in that situation, he would technically be running Whipple's offense. He would be under Whipple's hierarchy. Here's what's so interesting when it comes to the associate head coach. Normally, in these type of situations, it's not a guy that's auditioning for the head coaching role. It's a guy that's been with the program for a while. He steps in for a couple games.
Right.
He gets it done as much as he can, and then he takes a step aside. In this situation, Mickey Joseph is a legitimate candidate for this job.
Right.
So he is coaching in the sense that he is a candidate for this job. And I think what's so fascinating about those quotes, Strick, is that Whipple said maybe Mickey should focus on the defense a little bit more. What's been the issue since Mickey Joseph took over? Because it certainly hasn't been the defense.
Right.
The defense has
stepped up. They should. If the offense would have performed, they should have won a few of the free extra.
I would say that if the offense performed again, I know it's interesting circumstances because Casey goes down. If the offense performed, I think Nebraska's defense put them in a position to win against Illinois. And they certainly put him in a position to win against Minnesota. Don't even
Yes.
get me started on that.
Yes. Mhm.
And I think a lot of this, too, is Chuba's obviously Whipple's guy.
Exactly.
So
That's what I'm
what
saying. This
point
is all
do
a
you-
nuanced thing.
At what point do you kind of take a step aside and say, you know what, maybe Chuba just isn't the guy? And Mickey agreed that he hasn't looked great in practice, but listen, if a guy's a gamer, he's a gamer.
Mhm.
I know practice is important, and football is one of the most interesting sports because different than other sports, it's about 90 to 95% of when you're playing the game, it's practice. It's not like basketball, hockey, baseball. A lot
I
of
was
the
just about to
game,
say that.
a lot of the game is the game. Football, you get 12 shots.
Yeah.
You get 12 chances to prove that you are the
Possessions are
superior
important.
team. So practice is important.
Yeah.
And Logan Smothers might not be the better one in practice, but at some point, you get 12 cracks at this. You play the game. When do you take him out? And are you really going to be that stubborn over a kid who's proven that he just doesn't have it?
Evan Bland made a great point in that some of the throws that I saw him make, I was like, wait a minute. Why aren't you giving him more of a shot?
That throw to Marcus Washington?
Yes, sir.
Was
that was a dime fade.
And one of the toughest passes in football to make.
Absolutely. And just now look, I don't even attribute it because he threw the ball exactly where it needed to be thrown. I put that on the receiver. The receiver is designed.
The one to Trey to end the game?
No. I'm talking about the one to the one to Marcus watch. The receiver has to give that quarterback more space,
right?
More room to give him to make that kind of throw. He threw that ball. I played receiver, so I'm saying this from a standpoint of I knew either in my lineup where they're leveraging me, where they're trying to control me, where they're trying to drive me. Most cornerbacks, once they get you sideline bound, they're trying to get you more, push to where they minimize room and space. I need to get into him enough and create that room and that space to be able to fade out to get that ball. So look, I'm not saying Marcus Washington did bad. I'm just saying that's what you would hopefully try to do. I think Smothers threw that ball exactly where he needed.
Do you think it's going to reach the point too? Because it was asked, whose decision is it if Casey plays? And Whipple kind of was like, I don't know whose decision it is. Do you think maybe there's some bad blood in the sense that Mickey was like, hey, it's time to put Smothers in? Because we know Chuba's Mark Whipple's guy. It is very clear, and we understand that.
Yeah.
And again, I want to make it very clear. I'm not dogging on student athletes. That's not what I like to do. That's not what I think this show is designed for. I think it's designed for who gives you the best chance to win the game. And it was very obvious in that game against Minnesota that Logan Smothers puts you in a better position to win the game.
Exactly.
So at what point does Mickey Joseph step in and say, hey, my job is literally dependent, or my possible job is dependent on me winning football games. And I need the player that it puts me in the best position to win the game.
I think he allowed Whipple out of respect enough of that time. I think now if it comes down to it, he's going to assert himself to make that decision. I think there's some rope that you give in respect to a guy with that kind of time, tenure, resume, to allow them, especially with the circumstances. He is not the guy you hired, right? He's not the guy that you brought in. He's the guy that was there, like I said, that was ahead of you. Although you had an associate head, that's just title. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean anything outside of what you said and shared about how just normally a takeover and kind of get out the way and still kind of be there.
Right.
But in this situation, he's now in a position where he has to assert himself, where he's given deference, he's given the opportunity, and you can tell that there was some schism when he, speaking to the press, thought that Smothers was going to get more look. And in a couple games ago, I think against Illinois, where he thought that was going to be the case, that did not happen. And so unfortunately, you come up with a loss there. You have a quarterback situation that you're trying to address again. Then you're looking at him in practice. You give deference to the guy as far as that, seeing all of that. You're listening to him. And so when it doesn't work now, I think that's when he should have asserted himself, made more decision when it got to that 5, straight punt situation.
Yeah, and I feel for Mickey Joseph, and I know everyone says that you're the head coach. And while that is true, I mean, this isn't. This was technically Scott Frost's team going into the season. You haven't even been in Nebraska for a year. I mean, it's just, and I know everyone says he's the head coach. He makes the decisions. I mean, just look at the reality of the situation. I mean, it's a tough spot to be thrown in. Before we go to break, Strick, I want to bring up this. John makes a really good point. He says, to Logan's credit, he is running Whipple's offense, not the offense that he was recruited to. Of course, he doesn't look good in practice. That's an interesting point because
great point.
What we were talking about with Logan Smothers was, does he maybe transfer? That type of situation was a big part of our discussion. He decided to stick it out, go into a new offense, and now when he's been put in a position to play, he's looked pretty good.
Yeah.
And you can even look at the Iowa game. I bring it up all the time. You can look at the Iowa game last year. Is Logan Smothers the best quarterback? No, I wouldn't say that. That kid is, like they said, a gamer, and he puts you in a position to win.
Yeah, I think
that's
you've got to look at that this week. There's no question. If you're going to have any chance, you've got to run this ball. You've got to minimize possessions as much as you can.
You have to.
And again, I talked about it. You've got to take an eye off of the quarterback as well as slow down any type of rush pressure. They did that. They ran more screens. They ran more quick passes. They ran, more, delays.
You're going to have to.
They're going to have to do things to mix this up because, listen, Michigan is coming for your
They have to.
Gut.
They're trying to make
have
the
to.
playoffs.
So they're going to try to beat the brakes off of you. So you're going to have to do something to try to keep this clock running because if you give them more possessions, that gives Quorum more chances and more opportunities in their run game to beat you down and break you down, and that's when it could get ugly.
Which is what Michigan's going to try to do. It's really interesting. And Jay Foreman stepping in here. He's in the building. We're going to ask him his thoughts on this because it seems like, again, a very weird dynamic going on in Nebraska football. So we'll ask Jay Foreman his thoughts. Crossover coming up next on the on the block, old school crossover coming up next, 93.7 The Ticket. There it is. We'll be right back.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great. We're
definitely coming back.
Sure.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Vershawn Jackson for Brandt Excavating. Brandt's been in business for 29 years, and they specialize in a variety of things. If you're looking for someone to get the job done in precision demolition, excavating, trucking, mass grading, and site prep, Brandt is the place to call. To set up a quote or learn more, call Brandt Excavating at 402-474-4113 or go to BrandtExcavating.com. They're also hiring, so join the team today. Brandt Excavating, a part of the Bauer brand, who reminds you, no big bread.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
James Enterprise Incorporated, that company that hauls your gravel, rocks, and material for your farm or construction site, says thank you to the people of the healthcare community for putting yourself in the way of danger to save the public. That is what it means to be a hero and to build a beautiful legacy. This message brought to you by James Enterprise Incorporated. For all your hauling of rock, gravel, and materials, call them at 402-432-6740. That's 402-432-6740.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals. It's tailgate season. Why would you bounce around from place to place for all your beverage needs when you could have it all in one place? Wine, Beer, and Spirits has everything for your parties with their 3 locations in Lincoln, Grand Island, and Omaha. It's the largest liquor store in the state, and here's the best part. You can get a drink from their bar and walk around with it as you shop for all your tailgate necessities. Locally owned and operated, it's Wine, Beer, and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and things are rocking in Louisville. We've got transport showing up every day with loads of new inventory, lots of new trucks, SUVs, and crossovers. Our pre-owned inventory is also filling up fast. Our GMC Terrain inventory is really filling up fast, so we're putting special pricing on those right now. This is the time to check out our GMC Terrains, as we've got all models with a great selection of colors at a discounted price. So please stop in or check them out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
Hey, it's Sean Callahan, and football season is here, and there is one place that has all the games, plus great food and beer specials. Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill. Whether it's Thursday night football, college football Saturdays, NFL Sundays, or Monday night football, there's a great view of the game from any seat with different food and drink specials every night. Try the Blue Ribbon Reuben sandwich or the Prime Rib French dip or any of their famous chicken wings. That's Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Back to On the Block with Strick and Nate on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hit my theme music.
Welcome back to On the Block, 93.7 The Ticket. Nate Brennan, Jay Foreman, Eric Strickland, 2 Husker Hall of Famers, and me. Starter Haven text line, Honda Lincoln Hotline, 402-464-5685. Hit us up because we're talking some Nebraska football.
Light this text line up, man. I want to hear what anybody would do if they walked into their house, their kids' room, the kitchen, and somebody just crop dust. It's called crop dusted. I think that's what country folks. But I call it a silent but deadly.
That was Rico.
There's a culprit around here that literally is like Pigpen from Charlie Brown and hit off a silent but deadly, and it just infumigated just this little enclosed area.
It wasn't me or Strick. We weren't even in there. We were.
Was it early break? Was it an early break? Well, I just got here 10 minutes ago. You know how like they can do infrared, on the movies? It'd be all black and then they can see the heat. You know what I mean? The heating is in green. That's what it'd be up in there.
I think it was an early break.
It was early.
I think let's see. Jake's about to defend himself.
What happened?
All I'm going to say is this: is that there's one person that spends a lot of time back here. His name is Rico,
and he just dipped.
Rico just dipped. He says it wasn't me, and he's gone.
You're out.
Look, I'm sitting right here now. If it was me, would I have been sitting here right now?
And Rico had a whole bag of wings.
Right.
Oh, he sure did.
Right. You know what I had today? I had nothing like that. No fried food for me today.
You want me to tell you what it was?
Yeah.
It was coming in hot.
Yeah, he had.
It was coming in
yeah,
hot.
It came in hot and went out hot.
We know who it was. It wasn't me. I would accept
He
the
probably
blame if it
laughing
was
right
me.
now. That's all right though. It's
Yeah, he's
cool.
laughing in his car. Like, yeah, I left that place.
I would.
He just left.
Yeah, he's gone.
Also, Eric said, come on, man. He goes weird. The 24-year-old is the least athletic, talented one in the room.
Ouch.
That ain't right.
That ain't right.
Like, come on now. I bet you
We
I
got
could be-
athleticism galore in the
Oh,
other
what
room
is
with Jake
this?
Sorensen.
What do you think your 40 time would be right now?
Strickies?
Jake, what would yours be?
I don't know.
4.7.
Because Jake
Me?
technically is
4.7?
he's
Me?
closest to his athletic
Me,
prime.
4.7.
Don't they say it's 29,
I
30?
ran a 4.5 in high school.
Look at you.
I think I can still get out there one time. I think I can still get out there.
Strick, man. Come on, man.
Oh.
Come on.
I ran a 4.2 in high school.
Yeah, I'm not here. You really said 4.7 with a straight face though. That's why I was looking at you.
Look at him.
And he
Ain't
really,
no way.
you
I
really-
meant that.
Yeah, you did. That's
Lying like a
right.
Text line says
I would just be happy if I could break 5.
Boy.
5.
I could break 5.
I could beat you guys in the 40 now.
Show. I break 5.
'Cause I remember I walked off 40 yards in Indy, and it's a lot longer.
Then
You're not
than what
breaking
I'm-
5, Jay.
No, he said I would be lucky to
I might,
break
listen,
5.
I might not either, though. I might not either.
Hold on, but this
Thing.
isn't about.
I got a torn
Hold on,
Achilles, so I know I ain't
Hold
breaking
on. This ain't about.
What did you tear an
Hold
Achilles?
on. Stop the press. Okay, stop. Just stop talking, Nate. Okay, hold on, Jake. This ain't about you. You attacked me.
Well, the question was who could run the 40 faster, and I said, well, I don't know if Jake could break 5, but I didn't say I could break 5
No.
either.
That's not what you said.
That's what I was going for.
No. That's not what you said.
But that's what I
What
meant.
you said was there's no way I could break 5.
I didn't say no way. I said
Yeah,
that-
hold on.
I said you're not.
Do we need to go back to the?
Yeah,
to
I
the-
said you're not. I said
Rewind.
you're not breaking
Replay.
5. Didn't say no way.
Because you know what's coming after that. If you think I can't break 5, we can set a
Challenge.
date and time, and I can guarantee you I will break 5. It might be 4.99999, but I'm breaking 5.
Challenge.
'Cause I-
Wing stop bet?
Because I
Chicken
know,
wing bet?
because I know I can get out the block still. That's just natural. Just the only thing that scares me is if I really want to open up and put that.
And that hamstring.
Yeah, watch out for the
I would hope
hamstring.
you stretched before.
The
I would
quads.
No, but see,
calves.
you
Achilles.
you can train and all you want, but when you really got to open up,
Facts.
that's just Mother Nature and just time, Father Time, wait for no
that
man.
part. That
Yeah.
part. That's what scares me. That's why I stopped playing, Jay. Like people ask me all the time, they're like, Stricky, do you still hoop? I said, I still shoot. I said, but I don't hoop.
Right.
I said, because my mind be telling
You
me
mean one thing, and that
my
body,
body be saying no.
And-
Don't. And I tore my Achilles, right? So I tore my Achilles in 11. It wasn't even nothing crazy. I was just waiting on the pick and roll. Went to go out the pick and roll. Pop. I was like, yo, man, why'd you kick me? He's like, I didn't kick you.
Was this when you were playing?
This is no
Playing
major
the YMCA?
injuries. No major injuries in my whole career. Tear my Achilles in 11 playing in an over 35 league.
Oh no.
No knees.
How long was that
no,
recovery?
no knees. no.
How was that?
Listen, it for the athletes because of all the technology now
Yeah,
that they
it's
have. That's
easier
way
now,
better.
right,
It's
way-
better.
yeah.
I just did enough because we got to pay for it. Back then, you can go to
Yeah, sure.
NBA. They took
They
care of
covered
it
for you, man.
so you were good. But yeah, I said I went to the doctor. I had my after my surgery. I said, listen, is there any way that I could tear the other one? Like, or is there a way that I said, is there a way that I can prevent the other one? He says, no, it's like a tire. What you just said. He said it's a matter of time.
Because
It's like a tire.
Because here's the deal. One of my best friends, Jamal, he's big. He's way up in Boston Scientific, and he's like a dude that could eat 85 cheeseburgers, go party all weekend. He just ripped up to the gills and then go run
Good for him.
and go run a marathon.
Mhm.
And we grew up playing hoops together. And I remember he was playing in like a over 30
Yeah.
league. And so he used to always text me on Monday about, hey man, I'm leading our league in points per game. And he played forever. He would run the Minnesota Marathon. He'd play basketball. He tore his Achilles. And and let me tell you something. That brother's in shape.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say, you know what? I ran into another. So in youth basketball, when you coach against, you know each other. So I ran into one of my other, like another coach, right, or a previous coach that I knew. He got the scooter on. I was like, dog, what happened? You know, what's up, man? Like, hey, man, I just seen you a few months ago. You were straight. You know what I mean? Like, well, you know what? I was like, dang, I was just joking. Did somebody cross you up? And he was like, nah, I was trying to cross somebody up, and his Achilles went.
Just gave out.
No, sir.
Yeah, it's a hard no for me.
So you're not even trying to
referee.
No,
It was a no. I wouldn't do it.
And here's the thing, man. I remember this, and I was in Houston, just had a good year, and see, like all through college, I used to play basketball. That would used to really help with my explosion.
Yeah,
like jumping, when I was about to test out or whatever. We did it all through. So I'm in Houston. I'm waiting to kind of get my contract redone. So it's me. I'll never forget me, Eric Brown, who we call Wolfman. He played at Mississippi State. My brother, he had a chinchilla, like he wore chinchilla in the summer, right? I always tell me it looked like wolf hair because this stuff would be moving. And then Kenny Wright. So me and Kenny Wright knew each other. We were in the same draft class, but he played for the Vikings when I lived there in the offseason. So we were just going down and just hooping. You know what I'm saying? Man, and this dude was in there that, like, I'm just trying to get up and down, just keep my, who wants to get on the treadmill or the stairs?
It's a good workout.
Yeah, we just trying to, we went and lifted a little bit. We was like, hey, we'll do it a couple weeks, just keep our win right. Man, this dude was up in here, fouling on fast breaks. Like he's trying to play like a real NBA game. Yeah. Trying to like put his knee in between them, like get you off the block. I'm like, bro, I just said, look, man, I don't need any of that. I won't go underneath. I'll just park right. I just want to run corner to corner. And corner
get your steps in. Yeah,
that's it. But he fouling on fast breaks. He up there. You ain't gonna have me twisted up. You ain't gonna have me like the dude from
undercutting and all that stuff.
Dude, like the kid from the Giants went on Mexico, tore his hand up. They needed him to start. He done for the year. He went on the bye week. Went down to Mexico in an ATV accident.
Oh my gosh! What about Jason Paul Pierre? Remember that situation?
Pierre
Paul.
Yeah.
When he lost his fingers. Yeah, man. Come on. Man.
He's still pretty good though.
He had revenge against
the 2 fingers.
Do you like 4th of July?
I don't mess with it.
You?
I love 4th of July.
I go out and I patio pounder, but I don't do it.
Look, we don't like 4th of July. What was his answer?
He loves it.
I'm not with 4th of July. I hate it.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Fireworks are awesome.
No, I don't like it, man.
Yeah, it's a see sometimes when you kind of come from the hood action, sometimes fireworks can sound like real poppers.
It's not even that for me. I don't like one of my fondest memories as a young kid was 4th of July. I was living in Frederick, Maryland, and it was actually right before I moved to Minnesota full time. We went to Thomas Johnson, like the football. We could watch it there. But they had all these basketball courts there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm out there hooping, and there's a kid. I swear it felt like I thought it was NBA Finals. We played 21 all night long. Grandparents and dad, they over there getting their drink on us. I mean, that's one of my fondest memories because it was me. My grandparents were alive. My whole family was in good health. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's one of my fondest memories. One of the main reasons I don't like 4th of July, just because I think there's so many people making fireworks now. I don't think they go through enough testing because I've been places where like they go, you're way out there and they shoot. And next thing you know, you look up, it's right in your grill. Yeah.
Well, fireworks are a delicacy for me because in Virginia they're illegal.
Oh,
all the time. So the only time I've ever been a place where they're legal is when I came to Nebraska. And you can just go to the side of the road and get some serious fireworks. I'm not talking like the little poppers.
Yeah,
serious.
Here's a funny story. So I've just kind of moved back here full time. And I'm living in, I have a place it's right off of O Street. And it's like it's a 1-level house, or 1-level place, And my daughters were staying with me. It's for, during the summer. And they were young. And, like in the neighborhood, there was kind of like either, I don't know if they're willow trees, but they're just, it was cool. Like it was, kind of over.
Yeah.
Right.
And these people must have had, I mean, they literally started 4th of July must have came like on a Friday where they just were lighting it off all week.
Probably drunk the whole time,
right.
too.
And so
dangerous.
July 3rd and 4th, or July 3rd, they just went berserk. I'm talking about the house shake. I'm calling it, right? Because my daughters are in there crying and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm Papa Bear. They running in. The house is shaking because they lighting off M80s. And then the stuff is magnified. So the house is shaking. You know what I mean? Then it's dark in there, but when they start lighting them off, it just lights up the whole. And it was till like 2:00 in the morning. I called the Lincoln Police Department, and the lady was like, hey, you know how many calls I got tonight? So fine. So you know what I said? So my daughter, hold on. Here's what I said. Woke up, then I got to deal with the aftermath. Kids ain't slept. They cranky. I said, you know what we're going to do? They were like, what day? I said, you know what, we're going to go down. And they were selling it down at the Walgreens on 70th and O Street. I said, we're going to go down there and we're going
on a work night.
Well, it was July 4th. I said, you know what we're going to do? We getting revenge. Okay.
Ooh, J family petty.
Yep.
Okay. So I think it was. So they did it on July 2nd. We did it. So then, just July 2nd. That's why I was mad, right? Because I think the
Yeah, it was
city
days
ordinance,
early.
you only could do it whatever day that you could actually start doing it. They did it the night before. I said, oh, okay. Went down there, spent twice as much.
Loaded up.
Oh yeah. But then I'm like, hey, we ain't getting the little, the little bottle rockets. Oh no. So your boy went up and down the sidewalk, just started lighting them off. So as I was lighting one off, I get to the next one. It was bombs over Baghdad. Hey, light your light.
Revenge.
Yeah, and just sat up in the house, just kicking it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, boom.
Oh,
Boom.
wow.
Then waited a little while, had my backup set so they let him.
They'll let him rest in mind.
Then I hit the other side of the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for doing business.
Yeah. Yay, petty.
Are you still like 4th of July?
No.
That
noise
was
and stuff,
traumatizing.
The noise and stuff. I don't do well with the noise.
Yeah.
I don't do nothing.
So what you got to say, my boy? You said you had some things for Jay.
Yeah, what you get to?
No, here. I'm trying to write down
Oh,
something.
yeah. I mean, you fumbled over your words. You intimidated, man.
I'm telling
we
you.
ain't
I
asked
like
you to put your hands behind your back, man. It's something,
I like
pull you
4th of
over on
July.
that. Can we check your insurance?
I like 4th of July. I'm still under my parents' insurance.
That's a joke because at least in the NFLPA, one of the things that make sure your license is up to up to snuff and your insurance.
Yeah,
they always will pull you over.
They will.
They'll check that tags and insurance.
Now you're under your parents' insurance till you're 26. When you're in the NFL, do you have to take their insurance, or you're still under your parents?
No, they give you good. We had free. I don't know about y'all.
Yeah,
we had free.
You
insurance.
guys got it for a while. When you're playing, yeah, you're under their stuff.
But you're still under your parents.
No. See, that's how you grew up.
Mm-mm.
I'm willing to bet I didn't even have dental insurance till I got here. Because when I got my teeth cleaned up in Buffalo, I jacked that dentist up. I just walked up out of there.
Really?
Oh yeah, I was like, never again, dog. I got a game. We got my mouth humming.
Ooh.
Because I had a wisdom teeth pulled.
Yeah, that's no bolt.
That'll do it for us on the block. We'll be right back. Old school, same crew. Sticking around. Stay with us.
This is Lindsay Teal from the Nebraska golf team. If you're looking for a Christmas gift for the avid golfer in your life, don't give them something they can't even use until spring. Get them the gift